Welcome to Crystal's Crafty DIYs. This is my first YouTube video. Welcome. I have for you is patriotic flags and Liberty Bells. 5 DIY ideas. Enjoy! Today I have an old sign that has gotten faded from the sun, and I definitely wanted to try to reuse it. So I found a really cute picture on Pinterest of an idea that I could use this sign for. So right now I'm just taking off the star that was in the middle and just sanding down any rough edges or anything that was kind of wearing and tearing on it. And I also, as you'll see in a minute, that I'll flip it back over and I'm going to start sanding off all the letters as well. Now I'm about to get out my multi-tool, and it has a little sander on it, and this really helped me get a lot of this done. As you can see, when I push a little bit harder, obviously it gets it even better. So just for a couple minutes here, you'll see me between sanding off all the letters, obviously clean. I clean as I go, as you'll learn throughout my videos, that I really realized how much I clean as I'm doing my DIYs. But I just use the multi-tool and sand pretty much the whole board to get all the letters off, any bumps or any dings or anything like that. Just kind of make it all one flat piece to keep everything nice and smooth. I'll even wipe it a couple times with a wipey as well too. Just trying to make it all smooth and get it kind of back to new. Now I'm flipping it over and obviously doing the end of the board and doing the same thing. It's kind of repeating myself here for these couple minutes in the beginning of this video of just me sanding the whole piece. I even had to clamp it to the table because it kept moving on me. Just trying to get everything off that I possibly can with my multi-tool. So I'm pretty much just finishing up. I clamped to the table again, just trying to get, there's even a little bit of glue adhesive left over from that star. I'm vacuuming everything up, wipe it a little bit, and now I'm moving on to the next thing. So now I'm getting out these puppy pads and I'll tape them to my table. Just a little bit extra, just clean up that I have to do. I end up putting wax paper down underneath the actual board itself. So I have a couple double layers so it doesn't move and I don't have to worry about that much of the cleanup. So I'm starting to paint the board with cashew chalk paint from Walmart, and I pretty much covered majority of this board. At the top of the board, I'm obviously going to cover it with blue, like a navy blue. I did give this about 2 coats and add a little bit of spray water too, because the board is a little dried out, just to make the paint move a little bit more and make it a little bit easier. And then now I'm going to go in with the blue. It's like a navy blue, but it's a little bit lighter. It's really pretty. I happened to get it on sale at Hobby Lobby one year. So now I'm going in with my tape, and I didn't even realize it's the same color as the paint. Didn't mean to do that, but so I'm taking a ripped piece of tape as well, and I'm making it like a spacer so I could try to keep my lines as straight as possible. So obviously I can do the stripes and a flag. So I'll just continue that until I have the whole board covered in the stripes. Okay, so now that I have all the tape down, I'm making sure everything's down nice and good. And then I'm going to go in with a top coat, a top clear coat. I also go into with a little bit more paint, just in case any bleeding. It helps maybe less bleeding. And then while that's drying, at first I was gonna put the stencil on, but then I realized, let me put a top coat on this just in case I pull that stencil up and it rips any of the paint off. So I let that dry, and then I come back and I start my stripes on my flag, since this is dry. So I just go in between the tape lines that I made, and I did give this 2 coats as well. So when I finish up this second coat, and then now the top part is dry, so now I can go in and do my stencil. And I just use the same color, the cashew, that I used at the bottom for my off-white stripes, because I wanted to make this a little bit more on the old-fashioned kind of flag. So I do this about like 2 coats real quick, and then when it dries I did a clear coat. I did put a clear coat on everything, and that's a clear coat wax from Walmart as well. And that's where I'm doing the clear coat now, because after I let the 2 coats of the red paint dry. And that red paint is Crimson from Waverly, just like all this paint is from Waverly from Chalk. Besides the blue, it's Crafts something, chalk paint, Stormy. I got that at Hobby Lobby. And now I'm just going in and taking all my stripes off that I made with the tape. As you can see, I did get some bleeding, but that's fine. Everything's dry, so I can go in with the cashew off-white and just go over that red. I did have to do it probably like 2 or 3 times because that red is really red, but it only took me a little bit. Now I'm moving up to the top part of it, and as you can see, when I take the tape off, you can see the old board, but that's okay because I plan on putting bows there, so that was fine. I didn't care. It was going to be hidden anyway, but there was a big bleeding at the top, so I really had to get that red. So just doing the last minute touch-ups, covering up any bleeding that I need to cover up. So now that I'm done with all my touch-ups, I'm going to get my ribbon out so I can cover that middle. I was already planning on putting ribbon there anyway, but so I have a shimmery red ribbon, and then I have a white and a blue burlap ribbon. The burlap blue one is a little bit more thinner than the other 2. But I'll be wrapping some around the board, like tying them around and stapling them to the board to give me extra tails and make it more fuller. And then I'll take 3 pieces of the ribbon and make them to actual bows. And I just tie them like if you're doing 2 bunny ears. Just to make a nice, quick, simple bow. But these extra parts right here, as I'm tying them off, if I feel like I need to staple them, I can staple them down in place. I will be using zip ties to hold everything together as well. And as you can see here, I'm on the second bow, and I'm just using zip ties. I'm just putting it through the loop and in the back of the next loop of each bow. And then now I'm making a quick smaller one with the white one for the top one. And as you'll see in a second, as everything comes together, I do feel like there's something that needs to go in the middle. In the middle, I was back and forth, and then I came up with a wooden star. So right here, you'll see me just kind of like dry brushing on brown paint. I pretty much cover the whole thing, the sides and everything, and then I'll go in with a wipey and take off as much as possible. I don't want it too dark because I don't really have that much on here that's brown. I didn't really do any dry brushing or anything like that. So I figure I put it in the middle. So that's the only thing I hot glued on this whole project. It's just that star. It will be on my front porch, but it'll be covered so the sun shouldn't get to it. And then here's me just slowly showing it to you, all done. I have for you 5 different metal truck decor that I like to switch up the flowers that are inside of it every month for each theme that I do. So obviously here I'm doing patriotic. So I'm going to add in some of my white flowers, my greenery, red flowers, and blue flowers. And I just play it by ear. I don't really have like a pattern or anything like that. I kind of just see what I like. And as you see, I'm adding them in. And then I'm not sure if I like it, so then I add some patriotic flowers. These ones they're navy blue with white stars on it. And then I'm like, I don't like it. So I take it out, take it all out. And then I change up the white flowers, as you can see. I think the other ones were just like more they looked more like pom-poms. I think it didn't fit. So I did change up my white flowers, and I'm pretty much adding the same flowers, but I do go a little bit more smaller in this truck specifically. So I went with a little bit smaller red ones. And I think at this time when I was making this truck, I needed to get more red and blue flowers. So I was really limited to what I had to. So now here's my other 3 that I have. And this one that you can see me taking apart it was like more for Christmas, obviously, but as I'm checking one more time to see if it even works anymore, and it wasn't. It wasn't even taking even new batteries. So I ripped that tree out, and now I'm going to add in some styrofoam so I can add flowers into this monthly as well too. So I was waiting for my hot glue to get warm because I like to do super glue and hot glue together to put that styrofoam in that first truck I was working on. I'm retouching all these other ones. I always leave the white flowers in no matter what because you can always use white literally in every season. So I'm just repositioning everything, and I have these metal, they're like little teeth things that you use actually for putting flowers in wreaths. But I use them for everything. So it just helps keep it in the styrofoam a little bit easier. So I'm just touching up all the white flowers that I have in each one of these trucks, as you can see in the video. And then in a minute or so, you'll start seeing me, no, I was just about to say, start seeing me glue the styrofoam with the hot glue and super glue. And I just mix it together because sometimes the hot glue doesn't hold as best with styrofoam and metal, so having the super glue in between, but the hot glue will keep it still for now. And I'm just taping everything a nice wiping down, just from having out, it can get dusty. Now I'm starting to get out my greenery to add to these trucks as well. I think I was running a little low on this as well, so I was just using any little pieces that were falling off or whatever, kind of making my own little bunch together. So I was at least able to put 3 or 4 in each truck. So I kind of keep the same amount of flowers in each one because a lot of these trucks are pretty much similar in size. So that's probably the closest thing I'll do when it comes to making like a pattern or anything like that. But majority, I try to keep it like 4, maybe 3 flowers in each one for each color. And then just go from there between what I have and what can fit. And if you have any questions about how I store my flowers, please let me know in the comments, and I can definitely show you videos on how I store that. I use mini metal flower pots for each color of flowers, and I have them hanging on my wall to store all my flowers. It's actually pretty cool. It organizes all my flowers, but it's also really pretty on my wall as well too. So if you guys want pictures or videos on that, please let me know. I don't mind sharing it at all. But as you can just see, I'm just adding all the patriotic colors, greenery as well. I have some white tulips in there, and I just have regular blue flowers and red flowers. And like I said, I keep it pretty much the same amount in each truck. And then just doing little last minute greenery with the white tulips. And I also, as you can see too, if sometimes if they keep popping off, I'll just use a little hot glue to keep it from falling off the sticks. And that little can I have to the on that side over there, it's my left, sorry, because I'm looking at the iPad, but I keep every stem that I trim or cut off or anything like that, because as you can see here, I'm using leftover pieces from trimming them to make little picks out of these foam stars that I'll be adding to each truck as well too. Now onto my big white truck I have here. I actually got this big truck from a lady off of Facebook Marketplace. Don't knock until you try it. You can find all kinds of stuff on Facebook Marketplace. So just like my other little trucks that I was doing, I'm just whatever I have, I'm picking and pulling, seeing what fits, what works, what I like. I can go a little bit more bigger on my flowers on this truck because obviously the truck is a lot more bigger. So I go through more flowers on this one too. That's why I like to put a lot of greenery in some of these trucks too, because it fills it up a little bit more. But I love adding greenery too. It's just pretty. But in this one, I am also utilizing a lot of my patriotic actual flowers. Like some have stripes on them, the red and white stripes, and some has the navy blue with the white stars on it as well. And I'm showing you here that it does light up. There's a switch underneath of it. And here are all the pictures up and close of all the trucks. This one's a little bit more bigger than the other ones. But yeah, see, they're a little bit more smaller. But yeah, I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me any questions down in the comments. Please like, share, and follow for more. Thank you. For this video, I am making flag candles. These are fake candles that you can get at the Dollar Tree. You just put batteries in them. So I have a couple napkins here with the American flag on it, and I'm gonna see which ones I want to use. I have like the napkin ones. I have, as you can see here too, the ones that are on the stick, which I end up using those ones. I like that they were a little bit more thicker and they might stay on a lot better. So I'm just sanding the candlesticks. So I have something for the glue to stick to. So that's why I'm sanding, because it is plastic. So I'm measuring to see how much I need. So I do that 4 times because I have 4 candlesticks that I'm doing. I am going to use Mod Podge and hot glue. So you'll see me do both. I'll use the hot glue to kind of start it, and then I'm also going to use for the Mod Podge to be obviously for long hold. Because as you can see here, it's not going to stay like I want it to. It keeps slipping, even with me putting a lot more. So I end up putting, this is my first one, so I'll figure it out at first, and then you'll see that, yeah, it's not holding right away. Also, too, you'll see me cleaning a lot in between me doing a lot of my DIYs. I started realizing that when I started editing how much I clean in between doing my projects. So as you can see on this one, now I'm hot gluing it. Like I'm starting up with the hot glue and I'm gluing it down. And then I just go over it with the Mod Podge for the long hold for it to, yeah. See, now I'm going over it. So I glued it on with hot glue first to start it, to end it, and then I put the Mod Podge all over it. And I also have wax paper down underneath. They're pre-cut. You can get like a whole pack of off of Amazon. I bought it like 2 years ago and I still haven't even put a dent into the pack yet. But I use them all the time. And it's nice because nothing sticks to them. So after I'm all done doing that, now they've been dry. They sat overnight. They're nice and dry. I'm trimming off any excess that gets in the way where the bottom unscrews so I could put the batteries inside of it. Now I'm going to dry brush brown paint over top of it just to make them look a little bit more on the old-fashioned look. Wipe off if it's too much. Go in if I need more. And that's pretty much what I do here. So I was back and forth if I wanted to add something else. I put them back in these candlestick stands that I got from Dollar Tree. They're gold ones. And then I put a little bit of paint on my finger and try to put it at the top because it is white at the top where it lights up at. And I felt like it needs something. So I wasn't sure. So I was like, all right, let me get some of my ribbon out. I have a bag of patriotic ribbon and everything. And I just see which one I like best. And I just do the simple bow. Make the 2 little bunny ears and you just make a simple bow. I always do it with my fingers when I have to make small ones like this. So I make a few in different patriotic designs that I have in there. And then I realize, do I like these ones? I go back and forth. I change my mind like 2-3 times. And then you'll see, finally, I'll decide on the 2 that I like. I do at least 2 different designs. And then I just glue them onto the gold candlestick for now. So after all that, I end up decided on just the simple red and blue, as you can see here. So I do 2 candlesticks blue, 2 candlesticks red. And I just hot glue them on each one. So after that, I thought, well, maybe if I put a little bit of rope at the top, because again, it was bothering me that they were just white. I felt like it was just like screaming to me, and I felt like it needed something. So as you can see here, I'm hot gluing thin rope at the top to see if I like that at all. And I only do it to 1. Sorry, I'm still getting used to my camera on making sure I lean more forward of my table, but I'm getting better. And I go put a battery in to see how I light it, with it light up, to see how I like it. And I didn't really like it. But I kept the one with the rope on it, and I just kept the rest without it to see if maybe I changed my mind. And since I made them, I haven't changed my mind. I just left the ones without it and the one with the rope around. So for today, I have something very simple. These were patriotic garden picks. They're the farmhouse truck. So I just took them off the picks, and I am using pipe cleaners, hot glue, and I have a clear glue. It's through Beacon. It's 3-in-1 clear craft glue. So the craft glue will hold later on once that dries, but the hot glue is for now to keep it all together for right now until that glue dries. So I'm making 2 of them. I have 2 baskets you'll see in a minute that I end up wrapping this on. That's why I'm adding the pipe cleaners to it as well. So I obviously do this twice, and I use the felt to help keep it all secure too. So the pipe cleaners, if I go to pull tight, it doesn't pull it up. That felt all glued down as well too to keep it all together. So I also I had these pre-made bows from the Dollar Tree as well. So I just felt like they needed something in the middle. So I'm dry brushing brown paint on little wooden stars. Just dry brushing. If you feel like it's too much brown, you can always wipe it off with a wipey. Kind of gives it a nice little stain. And just fluff everything up. And now since everything's done and dry, I'm just adding it to these flat baskets with a reef that I have in the middle. I have them hanging up year round, and then I just add different decorations / decors to these baskets throughout all the seasons. I wanted to come back on right here. As you can see, my cat. You will see my cats in and out a lot of these videos. I try to edit them out, but they are nosy. So here are some pictures after they're all done and put. Today I have for you is I'm going to make Liberty Bells, mini ones. So I'm using napkin wooden rings, but I'm cutting them in half because they're going to be the handles on top of the paper mache flower pots that I got at Home Depot. And I got the wooden rings off of Amazon, but you can get them at any craft store as well too. So I cut them in half, and then I glue them on each paper mache flower pot. So now I started painting. Obviously I'm going to do red, white, and blue. Instead of doing white, I do an off-white. And I used it in a couple other videos too. It's cashew. It's like an off-white. And this is obviously a navy blue. And I would have extra pots left over. So I was like, oh, let's do a fourth color. So I did brown. Kind of make it more older fashion kind of look. I kind of like that Americana look. So this is this Casio off-white paint that I'm doing here. And I gave everything 2 coats. And now I'm going in and dry brushing. I know this is fast, but this video would have been very long if I didn't speed a lot of this up. It's a lot of tedious stuff. But I go in and I dry brush with brown. Again, making it look more older. If you make this, you don't have to do this. You could do what you want as well. Just an idea. Just dry brushing. And I can also, if it's too much, I always can wipe it off. It would come right off, or I can paint over it. Now I'm starting to do the bells. So I used a, because it's paper mache pots, they're very easy to just go through. So I have a plastic needle that I had the rope go through. Then as you can see, I put it through, tie it at the top, push it through, hold it, let it glue settle. And then I would cut it off the needle. And I already put it through, I have wooden beads as well. I was using square ones. I had off-white ones and I had brown ones. So I alternated them. So, and as you can see, I would make a knot, pull the bead down and leave it in there. So now I wanted to decorate it. So I had these long, greenery, as you can see there, and I glued it around the handle, and then I tuck it underneath inside the bell part. Now I made these pre-made flowers with the Lays from Dollar Tree. That's what I'm adding on here. I already pre-made them. You'll see them in another video as well too. So I added that, and I used the wire that was 2 to kind of push it through, and then I added a tag with it as well. The greenery is still on there. I'll also add Americana bow. I'm dry brushing on it right now. I'm also going to put a wooden star in the middle of that bow. And then if you can see right there on the table, I have blue tape down, and I have mini wooden stars as well, which I dry brush brown paint on it as well. And I'm going to glue those kind of on the tag and down that greenery I have going down the side of it to add some stars on that as well. So I just finished up adding those little stars down the side of the greenery there. And I'll show this again, what I do with them, but I had 3 left over. So I made a Liberty Bell swag. So that's what I'm doing here. This is the leftover long greenery where I got the other greenery from. So I'm just zip tying it all together, and I'm seeing how I want to have them lay with the greenery. So I zip tied together, and now I want to cover up some of that zip tie that I used to keep it all together with rope, and I just wrap it around a few times, and then I'll eventually cut off the top of that because I don't need all that stem at the top. And I'm moving around some of the greenery to make it look a little bit more fuller, cutting up some pieces, making it longer, taller, just to make it a little more fuller and a little bit more control of where I want the greenery to go as well. Then I pull out a long piece of the rope, and then now I'm going to start pulling it through each of the Liberty Bells that I made. And I go through, I tie it off, and then I go to the next one and lay it where I want it. And then I tie it there so it stays hanging from there. And then obviously the same thing with the last one as well. After this last one, I felt like it needed something else, and then I have so much greenery, so I went through, and then I saw these picks that I had, and it has a little bit more kind of like white leaves on it. I thought of those, but I didn't really like those type of leaves, so I didn't put those on there. But because I had to add those extra leaves on there, I will go in and like cover it up with rope, and then I made mini bows to go over top where I tied them off at, just to cover up where I tied them at, and it just gives it another nice decoration as well too. Oh, and every time I use rope, you'll see me get the lighter out, and it burns off any of those fuzzies and holds everything together too. I'll do it even with ribbon too, so the ribbon won't fray and fall apart as well. So as you can see me here, I'm just adding those bows I made out of the rope just to cover up where I made knots at to tie them off at. Now I'm just going in and trimming them so they're not too long. And then now I'm going to go in and wrap it again, since I added those other 2 picks of greenery. Hold it on there nice and tight, and then, yeah, again, burn off all those fuzzies, trim off the rest of that top, and then now I'm going to go in and do a bigger bow. And again, just making 2 bunny ears, the traditional way of just tying shoes, basically. Grab another zip tie. I'm not going to need to cover this up because it'll be in the back and you're not going to see it anyway, so I don't have to worry about covering that up. But I also wanted to add something in the middle of this bow, and you'll see me grab a couple different wooden stars, and then I'll end up choosing one and adding that to the middle as well. So I picked the blue star, so now I'm just adding, dry brushing a little bit. Some, I have stamps. I was getting actually low after doing all my projects for Patreon because I like to dry brush it with the brown. I actually was getting low with my brown. So I just did a little bit there, and then I added it, and I got a clamp to hold it down, and then took it off after it dried, just fixing it, poofing everything, and that's about it. And then you'll get to see the pictures at the end. I hope you like it. If any question, you may comment it down below. Thank you for watching.